Sometimes, within the dusty pages of history, events unfold that never fade from memory, no matter how many years pass. An unknown man vanishes into the sky, leaving behind only questions. This video invites you not just into a mystery, but into a battle of minds. Human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. If you're ready, let's dive together into one of the most fascinating escape stories in history. The D.B. Cooper case, November 24th, 1971. America was busy preparing for Thanksgiving. Airports were crowded, stores in a frenzy. But on that morning, which seemed like any other, one man set in motion what would become the most mysterious hijacking in world history. Wearing a classic suit and dark sunglasses, he boarded the plane carrying a black briefcase. He gave his name as Dan Cooper. But within hours, he would vanish into the sky, without a trace. No witness, no body, no clue. This case, unsolved by the FBI for half a century, is being reopened today by artificial intelligence. Could his true identity finally come to light? Or is there a deeper secret behind the legend? Before boarding Northwest Orient Flight 305, D.B. Cooper acted like an ordinary passenger. The route was from Portland to Seattle, a short and uneventful 30-minute flight. Quiet, simple, low risk, but everything changed when Cooper handed a note to the flight attendant. At first, she assumed it was a phone number, smiled, and slipped it into her pocket. Then the man leaned in and whispered, "Miss, you'd better read that note. I have a bomb in my briefcase." The hastily opened note read, "I have a bomb. Stay calm. Go to the cockpit and tell the captain. This is a hijacking. Instructions will follow." The cockpit went into high alert. Before the plane landed, all of Cooper's demands were met. $200,000 in ransom, 4 parachutes, a refueling crew on standby. Cooper never harmed a single passenger. In fact, some passengers remained so calm they thought it was just a typical flight delay. But once night fell, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. After the ransom and parachutes were delivered to the plane at Seattle-Tacoma Airport, Cooper released all passengers. Only the crew and Cooper remained on board. The plane took off once more. And then, in the dark of night at high altitude, Cooper opened the rear door. Using the plane's aft stairs, he parachuted into the sky. The location, northern Washington state. Cold, stormy, pitch black. Below, dense forests, rivers, cliffs. For any man jumping from a plane, it was a brush with death. Yet Cooper left no trace, no parachute, no body, no equipment. It was as if he vanished into thin air. From that moment, the FBI sprang into action. Over 800 suspects were questioned. Search operations took place by land, air, and underwater. But the area where Cooper should have landed was empty. For the first and only time in American history, a plane was robbed mid-air. Cooper had planned like a professional criminal, yet never used violence. This, in the public's eyes, turned him into something of a modern-day Robin Hood. The FBI followed every lead. The ransom bills were cataloged and distributed to banks and businesses. Yet none of the money ever surfaced. Until, in 1980, a young boy on the banks of the Columbia River discovered decaying bundles of cash buried in the sand. The serial numbers matched. This was Cooper's ransom money. But here was the twist. The cash was found miles away from any plausible drop zone. The money had clearly been in water, yet there was still no sign of Cooper. This clue became a turning point. Had Cooper washed up to that spot? Or did he plant the money himself? Maybe he never died. Maybe he was still out there. Over the decades, several suspects emerged. Richard McCoy committed a similar hijacking but was caught. Could he have been Cooper? Possibly. But McCoy was killed. Kenneth Christensen, a former airline employee with detailed flight knowledge. Robert Rackstraw, a former intelligence officer, pilot, and engineer. He failed polygraphs, but no evidence confirmed his guilt. There was even a woman, Barbara Dayton, allegedly pulled off the hijacking in male disguise after undergoing gender reassignment. But there was never proof. Every new suspect only led to more questions. Today, artificial intelligence can scan the entirety of the FBI's 50-year-old files. Letters, fingerprint records, facial recognition data, flight routes, geographic simulations, handwriting matches, voice frequency analyses. And most critically, AI examines statements from suspects, detecting contradictions with machine learning. AI flagged 17 inconsistencies in Rackstraw's testimony. It also identified clues in Cooper's letters, hints pointing to a military background. A surprising detail, patterns resembling cryptographic codes embedded in the writing, types only someone with military-level training might use. And now AI is highlighting someone never seriously investigated, a man the FBI once considered low risk. But the algorithm suggests that this man's past aligns almost perfectly with the Cooper profile. Flight experience, military service, physical features, even handwriting. Did the FBI overlook him simply because he seemed too ordinary? D.B. Cooper. Who was he really? Did he live? Did he die? Maybe someone watching this video even knows him. But one thing is certain. In the eyes of the public, D.B. Cooper isn't a criminal. He's a legend. And thanks to artificial intelligence, that legend is finally beginning to unravel. So what's next? Will new technologies close the case for good? Or will the mystery only grow deeper with time? This isn't just a crime story. This is a race against time, between man and machine. D.B. Cooper may have been one of the cleverest fugitives in history, but now he's up against something far more relentless than the human mind, an algorithm that sees everything.